Hey Geminis, I am Island Turtle. Welcome to BOMISpirit. This is the monthly general reading for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Sorry, a kitty cat is being mischievous. Clyde, sorry guys, hold on a second. Clyde, what are you doing? What are you doing? Sorry about that. Being mischievous during a Gemini reading. Interesting. Geminis, keep in mind there's going to be a part two over on Patreon. You can also find it on Vimeo if you want to watch it. Part one should have plenty of information for you. Also, down below, we have website stuff, social media, decks that I use, all that sort of deal. Deal, etc. Anyway, sorry, he totally threw me there for a minute. So, Gemini, let's go ahead and get started on your reading. So, a couple things I was picking up for you. The first thing was green, and I was like, I felt this before, and I think it was with Cancer, which is your neighbor. When that makes sense, there could be something going on between you and Cancer. You could have Cancer in your chart, you deal with the Cancer, etc., 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 right? But yeah, lots of green energy, lots of heart-centered energy. It's interesting because something else that was coming up was victim. That was coming up a lot. Just gonna call a spade a spade. Now, before I say what I want to say, keep in mind this could be with someone you know, someone in your environment, someone in your field. It doesn't have to be for you. So, I'm about to say if it's for you, you'll know and you can like take accountability for it. Some of you guys are learning that maybe you do kind of play victim mode a little bit sometimes. This cat, man, he's squeezing himself between the tripod and the decks right now. I wish, you know what, I will take a picture and maybe I'll post it later. Hold on a second. He's so huge. I love him. Anyway, Geminis. Yeah, because victim was coming up and it just had this feeling of like, woe is me. Why do things happen to me? I hate that things happen to me. I always get rejected or things don't always work out. And with Virgo had something similar where they were dealing with a really deeply embedded narrative or trauma, or it was really karmic actually, about like trying to birth things and they don't work out. And for you, it's more like, I feel like it's actually like being upset that sometimes things don't work out and again, kind of playing the victim a little bit. This could be, again, somebody that you know, it doesn't have to be you, but that's something that was coming up. That's something that's coming up, and your perception of that is changing. It's shifting. You're seeing it a little differently, and you're really growing and evolving when it comes to that. Now we are wrapping up the post shadow for Mars retrograde in Gemini, and you guys know I've been talking about this for months. It's literally been 6 months, and I was talking about it before the 6 months, right? And here it is. We're so close. We're so close. The post shadow for Mars ends on March 14th, so so I wouldn't be surprised if there's collective messages regarding that within your reading and within all of this, like, when it comes down to it, we just got to take accountability for ourselves, right? Like, sometimes things don't work. You're being so cute. Sometimes things don't work out, and that's okay. But sometimes things don't work out because we didn't follow through, or we kind of did a misstep, and we need to own that, right? And then just take it as a tool for moving forward so that we can improve on how we get shit done, how we execute things and follow through, right? For some reason, like in your reading, I'm feeling very like hard to breathe, which makes sense actually. It's like it's throat chakra energy, but it's also heart related because I'm feeling it way more in the chest, like a heaviness on the chest. Some of you guys are really clearing out your heart space too. That's coming through. Any of you who suffer with Clyde, if you guys could only, oh my god, if you guys could only see. Hold on. Would you get your claw out of there? Okay. Sorry. Any of you have any respiratory issues like asthma, or you've got like a chronic cough, or you smoke a lot, or you want to smoke a lot, it for some of you could be pertaining to like some serious like heartache or heartbreak or grief. It's tied to your heart space that's trying to clear right now, and it's in relation to this kind of victim energy. But let's go ahead and pull cards, okay? Clyde, you cannot be... Okay, I'm just going to show you really quick. Hopefully the camera doesn't do weird things because I'm like doing this on YouTube live, and so sometimes if I flip it around, it like thinks I'm doing weird things, but I guess I could just like tilt it down. Look at him. Look at him. Sprawled across the cards like that. Anyway, Clyde, I'm going to move him. I feel like he's kind of being a victim right now. He's kind of like, me. What about me? Sorry, guys. Give me a second. All right, Clyde. There you go. There you go, buddy. All right. Be back. Well, they kind of messed up my tripod a little bit. Okay, we're back. All right. Let's pull cards. Kind of want to use Wisdom Oracle. That's interesting. I want to use that, but I'm like, man, I don't know. I don't think so. Yeah, the Oracle decks are really calling to me for you. Let me just check the ones I have over here. Yeah, no, we're not going to use those. Yeah, the Oracle decks are calling to me. So I'm going to go ahead and use the Oracle to start with you guys. Whew, all this heaviness in the chest. We're going to do Energy Oracle. Okay. Any messages or insights for Gemini, Sun, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter? Wow. That's heavy, Gemini. That's a lot. Some of you guys might actually feel like you're sick while you're dealing with this. We're all kind of going through a little bit of a karmic clearing. Not a little bit. It's kind of a big deal. We're all going through a big deal of a karmic clearing right now, and it's affecting everybody differently. Some people, it's affecting them emotionally, some physically, some it's like causing a lot of changes in our lives. You really, God, I feel like I can barely get the words out. You would really benefit from some breath work, Gemini. Emerald is a great stone too. Yeah, I want to say watch the Cancer reading. I don't even remember what it was about, but there's a similar vibe and like similar messages that Cancer had too about like green and heart space, health, Emerald, like very, very similar messages. What is sitting in your chest, Gemini? What is sitting in your chest? What is it? It wants to come out. It doesn't want to be part of you anymore. I can feel it. Oh, it really, yeah, it wants to be gone. It wants to be gone. Healer of the Ages. Your first card is about healing. Quite literally. Healing. Definitely getting some past life stuff here. Definitely. And when I say past lives, I also mean anything that's happened to you throughout this life, through all the different dimensional versions of yourself. I also mean that too. So like parallel timelines, if you want to say it that way, or like the like multiverse concept. But yeah, healing. This is all about healing your heart, Gemini. And I keep getting it's attached to being a victim. Like identifying yourself as a victim, victimization, it's like it's attaching itself to that. And they just keep emphasizing the chest. I feel like there's a lot of grief, maybe anxiety, maybe panic that is trying to come out. And for some of you, like I said, it's definitely relating to like past lives. Maybe you like just suffered a lot of traumatic, fearful deaths where you were a victim. I mean, maybe that's the case because it's heaviness and it's grief, but I feel panic behind it. You know, almost like a panic attack. Maybe you struggled with panic attacks. Any other messages or insights for Gemini, Sun, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter? I feel a Tower too. Tower's coming out for everybody right now. Man holding a coin. I definitely feel like this is your energy. This is your energy. This is to bring you to a level of stability. It's kind of like the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles has been coming out for everybody recently. This is healing this aspect of you. Virgo also had a similar message, but you're also a sister sign to Virgo because you're both ruled by Mercury. But yeah, I'm going to take really deep breaths with you. It's such a weird, awful feeling. It's like feeling like I'm suffocating. I can't breathe, and the stress and this like, and the repression. Yeah, Gemini, this is about becoming this king of coin. This is about becoming a king of pentacles, becoming this like next level of integrity, responsibility, accountability, like the one that people look to. This is all wrapped up in responsibility as well for most of, I'm just getting responsibility is a huge part of this too, like the follow through of things. Like with this victim mode, again, it could be about you being a victim of injustices, but I am getting a strong group of you here where, God, it's also about how you haven't been able to follow through on things and having the responsibility to do that. There's an anxiety with that. There's a pressure with that. There's a panic with that. There's shame with that. But this is about you becoming more evolved with that part of you to be able to do that, to be more responsible, to follow through. Integrity. Like, we can't just start things, we need to finish them. Any other messages or insights for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter? Yin and Yang. This speaks of balance. It also speaks of you utilizing masculine or feminine, depending on the situation. But I feel like this is like, it's funny because it's also a collective message, the tempering of fire and water, tempering of masculine, feminine, tempering of emotions and passion in our energies in order to actually like harness all the energy that we need and then transmute it, utilize it the way that's best for us to follow through. Excuse me. Shaman verbs. To follow through and to be grounded and to have that integrity. This is about leveling up, Gemini. And you're growing. You're definitely growing. You're going through a shift here, but it's like they're emphasizing it's about growth and maturation. That's what they're really referencing. Words. That's really what they're hitting home about for you. Being more responsible. And also seeing like how you play a role in that, in this whole feeling like things don't work out or feeling like a victim. Because there's also times where shit just happens. Shit happens. And we just gotta adapt. We gotta roll with it, right? And you are mutable. Like, you can adapt, but you're mutable air. Which is why you guys have those brilliant brains, right? But when it comes to like anchoring things into the physical, maybe not always Gemini strong suit. This is about owning that strong suit, making that a strong suit. Any other messages or insights for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter? For some of you, you could also be experiencing this externally. Well, while I feel like this is all about you and your process, the way energy works is if we're having an internal process, it can manifest externally, where you could be meeting a man holding a coin of King of Pentacles, essentially, that's showing you how to do this, teaching you how to do this, maybe even helping you temper something or helping you to execute or follow through on something, holding you accountable to that. But I do feel like this is all about you. But just keep in mind, it's a possibility that this can manifest externally by way of another person. It's funny because the anxiety card's been at the bottom the whole time. Yeah, I keep feeling that tower energy. Might have been seeing 555 a lot. You might start seeing 555 a lot. Any other messages or insights for Gemini? Ooh, that's it. Financial constraints at the bottom. So I just want to point it out. You have 22, master number. 13 breaking down to a 4, 51 breaking down to a 6, and 43 breaking down to a 7. So you got 4, 6, and 7. I just wanted to call that out for some reason. So maybe some of you guys do follow numerology. But overall, with financial constraints, that's kind of like the 5 of Pentacles energy. It's also a feeling of being restricted and feeling like you can't really do anything, but you can. And that's what you're learning. You're learning how much power you actually have to adapt and change your circumstances, work with your circumstances, and also to not just initiate change, but follow through to completion. Follow through to completion. Yeah, underneath financial constraints, we have appreciation in reverse. 51, 15 to the 51. Anyway, appreciation in reverse. This is Nine of Pentacles in reverse, essentially. This is lacking confidence. It's basically like Nine of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, which means there's a Four of Pentacles, which is a little bit of like, I'm trying to hold on to my shit. Right? It could also indicate being kind of closed off because you're scared. And I can feel the anxiety, but this is feeling very insecure. This is feeling doubtful. This is feeling not really sure how to get up and out of your situation, or to get up and out of the trenches or a rut, or just feeling like you can't quite make something happen here, but you totally can. Underneath that, we have Angel of Balance in reverse, speaking to the lacking of tempering, right? You need to have tempered fire, water, tempered emotions and passions. You need to have the tempering of masculine, feminine. You need to have that balance here. And it seems like what you really do need amongst all of that is integrating into a more mature masculine energy, where you can actually ground things into your physical reality and know that you can handle things, you can be successful, and you can follow through. You can climb out of your own trenches successfully. You can do that. No more victim mode. No more self-doubt. No more insecurity. No more shame around I start things, I don't finish them. No more shame around procrastination. No more shame around saying you're going to do something and then not doing it. No more of that. No more of that. If you guys do have shame about that, I feel like you shame yourselves more than anyone else would ever shame you. That's coming through pretty clear. This was your first card. This is about your growth and your healing, and it's all centered on the heart space, because now I feel like the weight's gone. Like, speaking on it, like, the weight is gone. Some of you guys need to do that, actually. It would help you a lot if you just literally speak on your anxieties. What is it that you're ashamed of? Be honest about it. What is it that you're scared of? What is it that you think you can't do? What is it that you're insecure about? Just speak them out loud, and you can actually start to, like, process that, let it go, and heal some of that, right? But it's really affecting the heart space. I can feel that. It's a weight on the chest. Let's pull some more cards out for my Geminis. The goddesses are calling me, which I think is very interesting, because usually I use them for advice, but they're really calling me. So I'm just going to pull them out for you, and then we're going to go ahead and get into part 2 and do some tarot and advice. Okay. Any messages or insights from my Geminis pertaining to this spread? Can I get a card for Healer of Ages here? For Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We have Wisdom in reverse with Metis, 36 breaking down to a 9 in reverse here. Again, it's like this maturation that needs to take place. And when we speak of that, when we speak of maturing and growing in that way, it is moving into a new state of wisdom, of knowledge, of lessons learned, right? It's like it's time to expand your mind and to pick up that tool and to see this about yourself and understand how to be the King of Pentacles, how to be the man holding a coin, how to be more responsible in that way, right? There's also a shifting of the perception too, and I think I mentioned this, of what you think you know about yourself. Ooh. What you think you know about yourself, that comes down to changing your story, changing your narrative about yourself. I'm also going to read these because I think it's important to read the goddess cards. Can I get a card for man holding a coin for my Geminis? Can I get a card for man holding a coin for my Geminis? Oh, you guys, 3? No, they said no, don't take those. Okay. Because these ones have to come out. All right. Oh, that's a lot for man holding a coin. You guys got 4. Yuki Onna with stillness in reverse. Demeter, the nurture, in reverse. Oh, these are all in reverse. Gaia, earth, in reverse. And then Lakshmi, fortune, in reverse. This all speaks of exactly what I'm talking about. Look at the keywords here. Look at the keywords. Fortune, earth, nurture, stillness, grounding things into reality, birthing things into reality, to completion, to success, right? Stillness, I believe, also speaks of how do I want to say this? Moving at the right pace, right? Sometimes stillness, we need the time of quiet, we need the time of rest, we need the time of meditation to really listen. Listen to our intuition, listen to our own truth, and not act impulsively. But yeah, all of this is about the King of Pentacles energy, grounding things and birthing things into reality to completion. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing that's coming through here. It takes consistent effort with nurture. It takes consistent effort. Again, we can't just start things. We need to go through to completion, right? But all of these came out in reverse for man holding a coin. And you can work with any of these goddesses as well, if any of you want to work with them. Or feel that they call to you. Okay. Can I get a card for Yin Yang? Beauty. Benzai 10. Energy of 6. I definitely feel the feminine energy here. I love that. There's a gratitude I feel behind this that comes with the balance of bringing things to completion. But yeah, I feel the gratitude. They're telling me walking in beauty, the practice of walking in beauty, where it's like anything that we're doing, our intentions, our actions, that like we're doing it with the practice of gratitude, of being able to do those things, gratitude for what we have, gratitude for what's coming of it, right? That is the practice of walking in beauty, because when you're practicing gratitude, you're also practicing love. Interesting that came out right there. Let me see if anything else wants to come out regarding the goddess cards, and then we shall read some. Maybe not all of these. I might just choose a couple because we got 6 on the board. That's a lot of reading. I'm going to choose wisdom and beauty. The rest around the man holding a coin speak for themselves. Overall, new beginnings with austere. I believe that's how you say that. 13 breaking down to a 4. Once you embody that king of coin energy, that level of maturity, integrity, follow through, consistent effort, and discipline. They're saying discipline. There's a very Saturnian energy there. It's going to be very new for you. It's going to be a very different kind of way of experiencing life for you, because you're not carrying this energy of shame or victimization of I can't do this, that, or the other, or I have trouble completing things, or things don't work out. And again, not taking accountability for why sometimes those things don't work out, because sometimes it is our own doing. Sometimes it's our own doing because we didn't do what we needed to do. We didn't nurture it, right? And sometimes shit happens and we need to adapt, right? And that's also accountability on our end. So accountability, responsibility, big themes here. It's gonna be a very new kind of way of doing things for yourself. But yeah, let's read wisdom in reverse. Come here. The goddess Metis learned a painful lesson long ago and does not want you to go through the same experience. She chose to make herself small, dim her life force and inner light, and reduce her power to keep love. Who or what in your life is causing you to do the same? Do you dim yourself out of fear or reprisal, or because you have a sense that you're unworthy and unlovable, or perhaps too much or too smart? The goddess Metis offers an important alignment task. You must face this fear, this anxiety, and say a resounding no. That's interesting, because I kept getting this is about following through and being consistent, nurturing, and following through to completion. But maybe the reason you don't do those things is because you just feel insecure about doing those things. You don't think you can. Or maybe if you feel like you do, you'll be shamed for it in some way, shape, or form. Even in the face of the greater story of cultural conditioning, be brave and courageous and ask how you can be part of the solution. Playing small is an excuse. Playing small is an excuse to not be accountable. for your personal power and to not be effective in the world. You have an abundance of life force energy in you, so come out of the shadows and let yourself shine. Take the risk and bring your wisdom to the world. We need you. I'll read those last couple sentences again. Playing small is an excuse to not be accountable for your personal power and to not be effective in the world. You have an abundance of life force energy in you, so come out of the shadows and let yourself shine. Take the risk and bring your wisdom to the world. We need you. Wow. Hold on. I just thought of a great title. Okay. Wow. All right. I'm skipping over the man, home, man coin because, like I said, I think this is all very self-explanatory, and it's a lot of reading. But yeah, let's read this one. You are at your most lovely when you're being yourself. The Japanese goddess of beauty, Benzai Ten, reminds you that knowing, accepting, and honoring yourself as a spiritual being in a physical body requires self-care. Now is the time to support yourself by surrounding yourself with beauty and choosing to see its power in every aspect of your life. If you can commit to doing that, you'll be amazed at how much more beauty arises to greet you. That's what happens. I'm not done reading, but that's what happens when you practice gratitude. You get in that state of love and you start to vibrate there, and you start to vibrate in a state of presence and acceptance, and you just invite more of that in. Where was I? If you can commit to doing that, you'll be amazed at how much more beauty arises to greet you. Open your eyes to the wonder everywhere, even in the most unexpected places. Beauty waits to be discovered. Consider this before you turn away from a person, place, or thing. Beauty is everywhere. It's your time to find it, and the goddess Benzai Ten will help you. Oh, I love that. Don't forget, Gemini. New beginnings. Don't forget. All right, gems, we're going to go over to part 2, and I'm going to pull some tarot cards on all this stuff, and I will see you guys over there. And if you're not going over there, I hope you guys really enjoy this reading. Don't forget to check out the website, social media, and everything else listed below, and I'll see you guys very soon. Take care.